Every now and then I feel like having dal chawal, and tonight I've decided to make dal with aloo. Now a lot of people make sabzi wali dal, but today I'm making aloo wali dal, and I'm using a few Parsi spices, but you can replace those with regular spices that I'll mention to you as we go along. I've soaked 1.5 cup of rice for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm going to boil that right now. But first and foremost, I've taken some oil in this pan. I love this beautiful pan, don't you? It's actually a pot. I don't know why I keep calling it a pan. I'm adding 2 thinly sliced onions to that, and at least 20 of these curry leaves, which I have in the garden, so it's very convenient to just get it fresh off the plant. Must invest in a curry patta plant along with a dhania and hari mirchi, pudina, parsley, basil. All these plants, you must have them at hand. So much easier to use fresh stuff. Okay, I love using a steel pot like this for making rice and pasta. This is a very old one of mine from when I used to live in Islamabad. I was only 23 years old. I've had it since then. Many young students ask me how to make rice. My advice to you is that you take a lot of water in a pot and add 2 to 3 teaspoons of salt. When the water boils, add the rice and stir it once, and then wait about 4 to 5 minutes to check the rice. The rice will start coming to the surface, and then you can take out a little and try it and see if it's done. And you must leave it a little al dente, very little, so that when you put it on dum, it cooks. And I also will add a teaspoon of vinegar at some point to give it a white, lustrous look. Alright, next up, 1 teaspoon of regular jeera and 1 large cardamom ilachi, 4 or 5 dried red chili balls, and just stir it around for just a minute, and then a teaspoonful of ginger and garlic chopped. Putting a teaspoon of vinegar for the rice to look nice and white and be very fluffy. You must try this tip. Added a heaped teaspoon of adrak and lasan, ginger garlic chopped. Don't let this burn, please. 1 teaspoon salt. Okay, that is 1 teaspoon of sambar masala, which is a Parsi masala I get from Empress Market, and that is dhanu jeeru masala. That's also a teaspoon, which is basically half dhania and half jeera, but I think these are roasted, and that's a teaspoon of turmeric powder. You all have turmeric powder, you're going to use that. You all have dhania and jeera. You're going to roast 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon of jeera and half a teaspoon of coriander powder. Add that to the mix. There is no, I don't know how to make sambar at home, but I'll add, rather I don't need to make it because I have it, but push comes to shove, I shall make it too. I'm going to add a screenshot later on of sambar masala that you can try making at home. If you don't want to do that, just stick with dhania, jeera powder and haldi powder. Next up is the potatoes. I'm not going to add the tomatoes because once you add khatta to any khana, it doesn't let the potatoes cook. So tomatoes will go later. Let's bhuna this a bit. The rice has come up to the surface. It's done. I'm going to strain this. See how nice and white and fluffy this is. Take a look. I want you to fork the rice. Don't use large spatulas. I'm going to cover this on dum. It's going to stay like this for 5 minutes till it's ready on low fire. Okay, I've sauteed that really well. I'm adding 2 tomatoes, and that's half a cup of soya leaves. Very important for this recipe. Any Parsi Iranian recipe has soya leaves. You know this well. Now I have soaked 3/4 of a cup of moong and 3/4 of a cup of masoor dal, yellow and orange dal. So altogether that's 1.5 cups. I'm going to add that to this mix and this. Okay, garam masala, lemon, green chilies and coriander are the only other ingredients I'm going to be using in this, unless I remember something else. This has sauteed really well. The masala has gone into the aloo and the dal. I'm just going to add some boiling hot water, cover this and cook this for a bit. I'm going to add about half a liter, 3/4 of a liter of water to this. Just measure that. I'm going to cover and cook this. It's 10 to 8. Let's see how long that takes. But periodically I'm going to open it and I'm going to move it around a bit and try and help the lentils to dissolve faster. I cook this for 1 hour. It's ready. I'm gonna put in some green chilies, some coriander, and 3/4 of a spoon of garam masala powder, and a lemon. Now the size of this lemon is quite large, so squeeze as much lemon as you want. Some people don't like the dal khatta. I like it. And this is a very, very yummy dal, guys. I think you need to take my word for it. Please make aloo wali dal, and just before serving, garnish it with some coriander, some garam masala powder, and a little bit of freshly boiled rice. Now this is my dinner, and I'm not gonna have the rice, but I definitely have this aloo wali dal. I'm making an exception today, and I am actually going to enjoy this aloo. Thank you for watching, guys.